Fiance tracked my location to do a pop-up.
Jesus Christ. Hello, welcome to the video.
My 33 female fiance, 33 male, have been together for 7 years and are set to get married in 2026. However, I'm starting to have serious doubts because I feel like issues are coming back up that I thought were already resolved. We share our locations, and sometimes my location doesn't update on his end, and vice versa, and it looks like it's off. He's responded to this happening very unfavorably in the past and would jump to conclusions and think I'm out doing something malicious. We've talked at length about this, and I've communicated how his reaction when that happens is not acceptable and he needs to assume best intent. Things in this area have been good, or so I thought.
Oh, I'm already anxious. I would love to just swan dive into a ball pit of bucephone right now. Actually, you know what? I can't do this.
After work today, I stopped by the grocery store to pick up a few snacks. I was planning on just running in and out because I wanted to get home, so I kept my phone in my purse instead of directly in my hand. As I'm going through the aisles, I hear a voice say, "Hey," and to my surprise, it's my fiance. I was completely taken aback because I just was not expecting to see him, but I was happy to see him nonetheless. I quickly realized that this was not a random meeting. I could tell he was upset, and he asked why I wasn't answering his calls. I had no idea he had been calling, as my phone was in my purse and I must have not heard it ring in the busy store. When I took out my phone to show him that it was in my bag and that was the reason I missed his calls, I saw that he had called and FaceTimed me 10 times. He said that my location was off, which I quickly showed him on my phone that it wasn't. Also, that made no sense because how else would he have known that I was at the store? He proceeded to silently follow me around the store as I finished... What? As I finished getting my groceries and check out. We awkwardly left separately in our 2 cars.
You have work to do.
Who's talking to me?
Philip.
Okay, your name is not Philip.
He sees absolutely nothing wrong with what he did and feels like it was justified because he thought something was going on due to the location being off and me missing his calls. I'm furious and feel like he had no right to act this way. It's completely unhealthy, controlling, and I don't deserve it. Has anyone experienced behavior like this with a partner? Was it something you were able to work through? If so, if not, how did you gain the courage to move on? Oh, man, I have my insecurities. You know, like the lines under my eyes right now. I'm insecure about that, but this makes me feel secure in myself. Well, first off, hi. Gently press the subscribe button if you're enjoying what I'm doing so far. Now, look, I have certain family members who are in ultra controlling abusive relationships. I'm not going to say too much into that, but I saw it every day growing up. I saw this kind of stuff every day, and I've only seen it get worse. To me, the only way that this gets better for the person is if they go to therapy, which for somebody like this, they have to let go of control and be vulnerable for 1 day a week. And then they have to take what they've learned in therapy and then use that out in the real world and lose control. So they just have to, hours and hours a week, they have to get comfortable with not having control. And even if they did do that, it would take years for them to completely change. So I don't feel good about this at all. Unfortunately, this isn't the story that resulted in anybody leaving, but fear not, for I am not clickbaiting you. That story is at the end. Thank you for your understanding. AITA for telling my in-laws we're getting divorced because my wife cheated on me since they thought I was leaving her because of her weight. Everybody okay? Do we need a break? Anybody need some juice? Actually, what the hell was that noise? I, 35 male, thought I was getting everything I ever wanted with my wife, 35 female, when we were in our late 20s. I truly love her both when she was thin and now that she's plus-sized. She became plus-sized during her pregnancy and I was still hot for her, but she hated her new body and she felt ugly despite all of my compliments. Over the years, she gained more weight and felt worse about herself. More recently, she cheated on me. She had felt so low about herself and she wanted to see if men who didn't have to love her would find her sexy.
Cheating is less expensive than therapy, but it still costs more. Put that on a Hobby Lobby pillow.
I didn't have to love her because we have a child together. I love her because she's her. We're getting a divorce and I wanted the process to be peaceful. But my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law, 57 female, were giving me hell because they thought I was this shallow jerk who was leaving his wife because she gained weight during pregnancy. I was confronted by her parents again. I told them the truth. Now my in-laws are giving my wife hell and she's miserable. I don't want her to be miserable. I just want my in-laws off my case. Am I the a-hole?
Okay, teleport. Philip!
It's already hard enough getting cheated on, but then you're getting harassed by the parents of the cheater. And that just is going to take a mental toll because you don't have time to process or grieve or anything because you're too busy trying to get these people away from you. And then that's probably adding on unnecessary guilt that you are feeling for it's not valid, but it's just piling on and on. So no, I don't think you're an a-hole for telling them the truth. It's not fair for you to carry so much misery while also protecting your wife's misery, especially considering she's the one who caused yours. So no.
This video is sponsored by Delete Me. All right, let's read this next story, which was not at all written by me. My first Tinder date from a month ago is stalking me. I, 29 female, went to eat with a guy, we'll call him Garth, a month or so ago one time, but I never pursued it and never gave him my number. Nevertheless, he still found a way to text me about a couple of hours after I left, talking about how he saw a life together with me. Gulp! For the past 4 to 5 weeks, he sent me over 1,452 mostly unanswered texts, and now he somehow found my home address and has stood outside my window screaming at me several times. Gulp! The sequel! Oh. No. I'm in touch with the police now, but this very cool creator named Dustin Poynter previously talked about a website called Delete Me. Do you guys know anything about it? Wow. I'm so flattered. Yeah, so fun fact, there are a lot of creeps out there who love to take your private information and then sell it to data broker websites, and then that's where even creepier people like Garth find your stuff, like your phone number, your email, where you work, your address, everything. And that's what Delete Me helps with. You put in your personal deets that are floating around out there, they'll erase it from these websites, and then you'll get a detailed report back in 7 days, and they'll keep doing this for you all year long. So if you want your private life to be a little bit more private, you need to check out Delete Me, like this very nice lady who said I was very cool. Get 20% off all Delete Me plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/pointer and use the promo code POINTER at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/pointer. Promo code POINTER.
Husband doesn't know what to feed our child and blames me. I work evenings. I've always been in charge of food in our house. He does other tasks like dishes, laundry, etc. But when it comes to groceries, cooking, that sort of thing, it's on me. Prior to moving in with me, my husband basically lived on cereal and popcorn. The mental load of doing all the meal planning, grocery budgeting, etc. is a lot. I don't have nearly the time to cook as I used to, so a lot of what we do is sandwiches, frozen veggies, rice and beans, etc. When my kid was at the age of being introduced to solids, I used to have a list of solids for him to try with her while I was at work. During that time, I worked days. Frequently, he wouldn't even offer her anything until I got home, just milk. Flash forward to her being a toddler, and all she wants is milk all day, every day. She's about to turn 3 and still doesn't care about mealtime. I've tried being structured about it, but she's unresponsive. Well, now my husband is constantly texting me at work, asking what to feed her. I've laid out so many options for him. I've gone so far as to prep dinners for her so he can just take from the fridge. All summer, our school system was providing meals, and often she'd have leftovers from lunch to offer for dinner, and yet still, he never knows what to feed her.
Well, he should know what to feed her better than anybody. They're the same age. Teleport.
No.
Motherfucker.
He says he was a picky kid and has a lot of bad memories about not eating dinner, so he's extra sensitive about this. But at this point, I don't know what to do. I'm attaching screenshots of multiple conversations we have had about this. At this point, I don't even know what he wants. I've blacked out my kid's name. Am I missing something here? This is how he texts when he gets frustrated. Lots of repetitiveness and just being nasty, but he'll swear he's not being mean. Everybody stretch. Get ready. I'm anticipating horribleness. What's Blank supposed to eat for supper tonight? I worked overnight last night and I'm exhausted. There are chicken nuggets in the fridge. They can be warmed in the microwave and or toaster oven. She can also have a sandwich. I believe there's also a hamburger in the fridge from a few days ago wrapped in foil. I have to work tonight because of your job, so I can't do most of the food shopping. Sorry, I could have planned something out today. This has been going on for a year, as you know. Yes, I'm sorry. There's also frozen veggies in the freezer and lots of fruit in the fridge. So what happened? This looks like it's from a few days later or something. I don't know what to feed Blank and I'm really tired. I need help and I'm still not getting it. Do you need me to make like a weekly menu? I can work on something over the weekend to try and make this easier. Blank, eat. The need is clear. Don't ask me to clarify. Blank eat, blank eat, blank eat. Go with it. I don't know what to do and I'm extremely tired and that has to be important. bracing myself for your opinion of my fatigue.
I'm bracing myself for all of your opinions.
There's fruit, there's vegetables, there's frozen veggies in the freezer that can be heated in the bag, there's bread for sandwiches, there's yogurt. I'll try to whip up some more prep meals as well. I think we're out of school lunches. There's tortillas and cheese if you wanted to make quesadillas. Actually, I think there's still some broccoli and ranch from yesterday's school lunch that she didn't eat in the fridge, as well as garlic roll. I don't know what's for supper. I'm very tired. Did he not read the 3 messages? Hello? Hello? Okay, I'll do better with the food prep stuff going forward. I'm sorry. This next one I think is from a few days later again. Zero idea what to feed blank for supper. Is she not into the chicken and carrots in the fridge that I set aside for her? Why am I having to explain this again? And then blank, blank, blank. I made her dinner. It's in the fridge. Chicken and carrot sticks. If she doesn't like that, offer her toast and or fruit. So think, why would I say that I have zero idea what to feed blank for supper? Can you just get it so I don't have to explain the entire thing again? Did something happen that made you think the problem was solved?
No, because the problem is still talking.
Oh, why is my heart rate going up? Why am I getting upset? I'm sorry that this is difficult for you and that I'm not making it easier. I too am at a loss if she doesn't want those things. The best we can do is keep offering her things and encouraging her to eat it. Sometimes she just wants sliced turkey. Maybe offer her that and a cheese stick. Supper. Yes, turkey and cheese is a valid supper. It's basically a charcuterie plate. Can even throw in apple slices. Supper. I'm trying to feed blank supper, not breakfast and snacks. What's frustrating is that we've gone back and forth several times and you're just almost participating in the conversation. Says the guy who was giving her milk every day. He says this is not a supper, but milk is. Okay. I'm trying very hard to help you. I don't know what else to offer beyond what I've offered. If she isn't eating what is offered to her, that is okay, and we can keep trying. We just need to be persistent. She doesn't have to have a full, elaborate sit-down meal. Snacks for dinner is fine. I'm not sure why you're not checking in regularly on this. I check in from the blank to see if blank is sleeping okay more often than you check in on blank eating supper. I hotel twice a week blank lives every day. Your disinterest in this is very disappointing. When I broach the topic, you sea lion it, so I have to reset the complete game board every time. This is a different language at this point. Great. Then we argue instead of work toward an objective. Okay, thank you for pointing that out. I will be more on top of checking in about dinner. No, get the point. This isn't a box to check. To you, this issue is dealing with Adam, so you avoid it. If you'd make it about blank, you would behave differently. I don't know what else to tell you. There's plenty of food in the house, including food specifically set aside for blank. If she doesn't like the options she's presented with, it is what it is, and we can just keep trying each day. It is okay. I don't know what else to offer. I don't know what else to tell you. Then why are you saying all these other words? Why are you here? Why would you offer that to the conversation? Every time you ask for suggestions, I give you a ton of them. Please utilize them. No, you do not. You list refrigerator inventory. I do not know what to feed D.
I mean, she just made you a list that's longer than a Cheesecake Factory menu. Hello?
Just pick something from the refrigerator inventory. Come on, man. A list of items in the fridge that I can see isn't what I'm talking about. Catch up. Then this is something you need to figure out. I cannot think for you. Show interest. Stop making it about your resentment of me. Make it about meeting an objective. What are you, a Navy SEAL? Why do you keep talking like this? If I'm listing for you a ton of options and you see that as me not giving you guidance, that's a you problem. There's plenty of food. I've told you tons of times what to feed her. This is not proactive or helpful. Why would you type that? Why are you typing all this stuff that doesn't address the objective? Navy SEAL. Because I already gave you suggestions that did address the objective. No, you did not. You're just arguing. Humanize blank. Put your petty feelings aside. They don't matter. Listing things in the fridge that I can see with my eyes obviously doesn't address the issue. It delays it. I'm having a hard time understanding. I'm sorry. If blank isn't eating the options presented to her, we can keep trying or keep asking her what she wants. I try to keep a wide variety of things to offer her for this purpose. Sometimes she wants none of it, and that's okay. She's growing. She's getting nutrients. Sometimes she's just not that hungry for dinner. You'd have an easier time understanding if you'd showed more initiative and interest in this part of the matter. I've said several times we need to address this daily, and you still no such interest from you. You don't understand because you don't hold yourself accountable for it. I'm frustrated and worried and confused, and every time I bring it up, I get, what's a blank? I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to feed a kid, and you're trying to stage some drama that nobody on earth will ever be interested in.
Oh, she's staging a drama? Like a play, or what's it called? I'm Miserable? Or Moulin Rouge? Or about Tantrum of the Opera?
Don't even think about teleporting.
You know me well. Damn it.
Okay, I could be wrong here. I feel like he's doing all this because he doesn't actually, like want options. He wants there to be one food option. He just takes that out, and then he just deems that as a legitimate dinner, so he doesn't have to think about what to give her. He doesn't want the options. He doesn't want to ask her, the daughter, over and over, like what she wants. Like, do you want this or this or this or this? What he wants is one thing, take it out, give it to her, and if she doesn't eat it, she doesn't get dinner. And he doesn't say any of these things because he wants structure and a plan and blah blah blah. No, he's doing this because he doesn't want to think. He doesn't want to be a part of this process. He wants to remove himself from this as much as humanly possible. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because this could be a number of things. He could be trying a number of different tactics here. By the way, if you're wondering whether or not this woman left or is planning on leaving, I saw in the comments that she's currently working with a therapist on figuring out how to leave, because apparently this has been going on for some time. And I'm sure this isn't the only thing they argue about, and I'm sure the arguments are very similar to this in terms of style. I don't know why I'm doing finger guns. I think because I'm upset and I'm trying to find a way to... That really upset me. That pissed me off, dude. My 28 female, BF 30 male, secretly invited his parents to move in to our house without telling me. Throwaway because BF and friends use Reddit. So I've been with BF for 4 years, living together for almost 2. We bought a house together last year. We had a lot of talks beforehand about boundaries, financial planning, and how important it was for both of us to feel like this was our space. Last week, BF casually mentioned that his parents might stay with us for a while. I assumed he meant a week or 2, maybe up to a month. Fine. They live out of state, and I know they've been struggling financially, so I didn't think too much of it. Well, I found out yesterday from mother-in-law, not even from the boyfriend, that the plan isn't just a visit. BF apparently told them that they could move in with us indefinitely, as in they've already sold their place and are arriving next weekend with a moving truck.
Oh, my blood is making stove noises.
I was stunned. I confronted BF immediately and he acted like it wasn't a big deal. He said, they're my parents, of course they have a place here. When I told him that a permanent arrangement was never discussed and that I didn't consent to it, he got defensive. He said I was being cold and ungrateful and accused me of hating his family. For context, I don't hate his parents. We weren't thinking that. Mother-in-law and father-in-law are fine in small doses, but they're very traditional and openly critical of me for not being wife material. We're not married and I have no plans to quit my career. Mother-in-law has made comments about how she'd love to help raise the kids. We don't want children right now. Father-in-law is the kind of guy who thinks women belong in the kitchen. Yikes. So the idea of them living with us full-time is challenging.
Get me out of here! Philip! Where is Philip?
I feel completely betrayed. BF made a massive life-altering decision without my input, one that directly impacts our home. He keeps brushing it off like I'm overreacting, and I don't know how to come back from this. How should we deal with this? Here's what I'll say so far. The fact that he doesn't think that this is a big deal is proof that there is nowhere else to go. Like, why would this not be a big deal? Hey, my entire family that hates you is moving in, and they're going to be around you and living with you all day, every day, and you're going to have to accept it. Because they have the keys already and they're on their way. They'll be here tonight. That's insane. Anyway, there's an update. First, thank you to everyone who commented and offered support. Reading your messages really helped me feel seen and validated during all of this. Sorry it took me so long to post an update. Everything got tied up with lawyers and paperwork and I wanted it settled before sharing. My ex ended up buying me out of the house. Best decision I've ever made. I walked away, had a fresh start, and had no deadweight attached to me. Boom. I got my own place, got lucky with a very small apartment, left all furniture behind as most was his anyway, focused on work, and honestly my life has been calm, stable, and better than it's ever been.
Hang on, allow me to celebrate for a second.
That's me. That's right.
Okay, continue.
Meanwhile, he got exactly what he thought he wanted, the house with his parents in it, and it's been an absolute train wreck. They moved in permanently, and within days it was obvious they see him less as a son and more as their live-in caretaker. They expect him to cover all the bills, cook, clean, and drop everything for them. They nitpick every little thing, criticize how he runs the house, and remind him daily that he owes them for everything they ever did for him. He's working longer hours just to keep up financially, and the house that was supposed to be his pride and joy has basically become their space, not his. He has no privacy, no downtime, and no control. From what mutual friends have told me, he's burned out, bitter, and constantly snapping at everyone around him. When I confronted him about why he didn't even tell me about their move-in, he said, "If I told you, you would have said no, and I couldn't let them down." That line still blows my mind. He admitted point blank that my opinion never mattered. He saw me as a roadblock, not a partner. So yeah, I dodged a bullet. He chained himself to the exact life I refused to accept, and now he's drowning in it. I got out clean, and I don't regret a thing. Yeah, you never want to see people's relationships end because it's just difficult, especially when they're so tied up together like this. You don't want to see that. But if there's an opportunity for somebody to get a little bit of karma, you might a little. Because right now, okay, we live in a world where a lot of people are able to dodge the consequences of their actions. People who have a lot of money or power, or just the general public not believing the victim, whatever. There's just a lot of people getting away with stuff. And that bothers me, as I'm sure it bothers all of you. It's very, very, very frustrating. So when someone in this day and age treats somebody like crap, it's just nice to see it end how it probably should, for the best. And for this fella, maybe it'll be a learning lesson. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, it's over now. Can I leave?
Yes, but hey, real quick, do you want to come to my barbecue next Saturday?
No, I
We're
don't.
making burgers, brats, jalapeno poppers.
I will jalapeno pop you in the mouth.
Everybody's going to be there. God, Christ, Betty White.
What time is Betty getting there?
All right, I've got more Reddit stories for you. You just need to click the little box in the top left-hand corner, and then we'll get started. As you can tell from the title, it gets a little wild, so prepare yourselves accordingly, and I'll see you over there. All right, that's my time. Toodles.